I'm a lot taller than you.
You always are.
I'm sitting on a blanket.
Oh, you are? I'll give it something.
Hey, guys. We'll wait for people to come in. Oh, there's a countdown on the top left that says...
Mama, people come in. I'm going to show them.
Oh, it's counting up, not down.
Mama,
Hello.
It says Rebecca Stanley.
Mama.
Oh, hey, guys. It's kind of delayed on the computer. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Lauren. You show them your balloon?
Pop it.
I won't pop it.
We've got a special guest today.
Hey, Paula.
Spider-Man is in the house. Can you say hi, Spider-Man?
Hi.
Show me your muscles. Why not?
Hey, guys. How are you guys doing on this rainy day? Well, it's rainy in Oklahoma anyway. Well, we can't blow bubbles right
Hey,
now.
Paula says, hey, Spidey.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Why don't
Brushy Creek Bunch,
Mama.
hello.
Who is this?
We got people
Raining.
coming in.
Right? It's been raining here all day long, off and on, and it has been some cold weather. So I think the low tonight is in the high 30s, and so we're kind of bummed about the cold weather. But I think this is the last cold spell for the garden, at least. I hope it is, because I've already put out some tomato plants and peppers and squash. So
We jumped the gun a tad bit, but this is usually the time we put it in. Plus, the weather was looking good. Plus, Gary's not scared. He went out last night at 11:30 and started covering all of his plants. So,
yeah, Brushy
Creek Bunch is wearing shorts.
What? Where are you at?
He's at same in Arkansas. It's not that cold.
Oh, it's not that cold. I think it's just that cold front. Last night it was coming down in like northwest Oklahoma. It was like 28 degrees, and here it was like 55 or 60. Polk County, so a little further south.
Yeah, I know, Paula. You told us, but we're daredevils.
I don't have patience, Paula. I don't have the patience it takes to garden. I am like, hey, Johnny. Hey, I'm
Johnny.
like
Tell Johnny hi.
bad
Hi.
at patience, but I did get every single plant covered last night. I got my tomatoes all covered. I've had 12 of
What's
them
up,
in the
Adler
ground.
Farm?
And I got my peppers covered and squash. So
Our lettuce is loving it too, Paula. It's our lettuce is looking really good.
yeah, lettuce, spinach, onions, all that is turnips.
All plants going big.
Our plants
It's
growing
about
big.
61
Tell
degrees,
them.
man.
Our
My
plants
what?
going bigger and bigger.
Our plants are growing bigger and bigger. My watch says it's 36 outside here right now.
No, it isn't.
So the 22nd is the day, Paula. So you're not too far off then.
Is it that cold, Dada?
Yeah, so can you guys let us know, hear us good, see us good and all that? We're using our Wi-Fi that we've told you a little bit about, but the kids are also watching something in there. So we don't let anybody else get on Wi-Fi when we go live. Don't bite it, baby.
44 degrees in North Texas. That's pretty chilly.
But we thought this time we'd see if the kids are watching something and we go live if the Wi-Fi still does well. We're really liking this internet that we purchased and we heard about from Salty Pines.
So
So-
all is good.
Hey, Thomas Farm Okie and 5M Family Farm and Outdoors. Hello. How are y'all? I kissed the worm. Ranger ate the worm. So I know you guys saw that.
Hey, Moorhead.
Yuck.
Steve, how are you doing?
I want yucky.
75 in Louisiana.
Oh, Steve, you hurt your finger? I'm sorry about that. Hey, Bo, Lindy, how's it going?
Mazzy.
Hey, Sky. We got quite a few coming in. Here's Mazzy. She may or may not still be in her PJs. And Ranger.
I'm not.
Did you guys hear us talking to ourselves? Ranger, you can't fit through the back. Careful. You'll knock our setup over. Oh, 75 in Louisiana. That would be nice. We've had some really nice weather, though.
Don't get on the bed. You'll knock it over, buddy.
All right. So Gary wants to take some time and talk about. Did you ever talk about what you want to talk
Yeah,
about?
I just said that I had to cover. So last night it was a mad dash out in the garden. I saw that it was going to rain all day today, so I covered 40 plants last night before the cold weather arrived and the cold
I
rain.
think Skinny Ranger
I got
fit through the
12 tomato plants covered, 16 peppers, and 16 or 12 squash. So anyway, we had to cover up all of our plants last night.
Hey, Elizabeth, easy now. You're gonna be yelling in their ears.
So that was I jumped the gun probably a little bit on getting everything in the ground a little early, but I don't have the patience apparently to wait any longer.
Yeah, so I think it'll all survive. It'll be just fine. So squash.
What?
Hey, Moorhead said, "Hey, worm eating Ranger."
Ranger, tell us how that worm tasted. I've never ate a worm except a gummy worm. How was it?
Chewy.
Chewy. That's gross.
Well, Moorhead, you and Hunter are supposed to kiss one. You don't have to eat one, or you can just make Hunter kiss it. I mean,
Or Hallie.
Hallie's not going to do that.
Hallie might.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Lauren said she had a bad week. I'm sorry, Lauren. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, hope it gets better, Lauren. I'm not about to eat a worm. I don't care who challenges me.
You.
I may have opened my mouth last night, though.
Yeah, Cassie did make a promise on Blackberry Ridge's live last night.
Yeah.
Want to tell her a promise, Cass?
So they were Annie M and Matt with the Payne family and a couple more people that had watched their videos had said that they would pay money to see me eat a worm. And then they kept just adding to the pot. And so I told them, I said, no money. You don't need to give us any money. But if we hit 1K subs, I'll eat a worm. So I thought it was a good idea at the time. And then I woke up this morning thinking, I looked and we have like 915 followers. And I was like, what was I thinking? So apparently, at least I don't have to shave my head like Lazy Z Farm or Lazy C, Lazy Z. I think I get the letter confused. But I mean, Homestead, I shouldn't shout people out when my brain don't work. But yeah, so I guess I'm going to be eating a worm when we hit 1K. I should have said 10K. So yeah, Unpaved Explorer, hello. I think Lazy Acres, thank you, Paula. I had Lazy Z and Lazy C in my head. Lazy Acres, he had to shave his head when they hit 1K. It was quite comical. Hey, Christian.
Hey.
Glad you could get in and join us. How are y'all doing?
So the big question is, did she eat the worm? Did Ranger eat the worm just because of our quarantine and it's making everybody crazy? Or would they have done that in normal life or not? Would you have done that normally? Yeah, Ranger said he would. So
5Ms, make sure Smith family heard that I'm going to eat a worm or what? Make sure they heard what? And I didn't. Technically, last night I just said a worm. That could have been a sour worm, a gummy worm, any kind of worm. I didn't say earthworm.
You know what the intent was.
Yeah.
What's an earthworm? No, go.
No, Paula. Don't tell anybody about me and the worm eating thing.
I'm trying to.
Buy me some time.
You're gonna get wormed if you eat it.
Well, I told Ranger since he ate a worm, I'm gonna have to worm him now.
I've got Sedectin and Ivamac for cattle. You think that will work on Cassie if she gets worms?
Eat the worm.
Christian's enjoying this rain. I think she was being sarcastic about that. Well, you can buy wormer at Walmart for humans. So
Wait, what?
I don't know if you guys know that, but we used to run around barefoot a lot growing up, and apparently my mom used to worm us. And so
That's weird.
it's banana flavored. Ranger, you've had it before. When Ranger was 2 or 3, he was, my first kid.
Wait,
Worms.
I was wormed.
You heard it here, y'all. So anyway, you get it at Walmart. It's banana flavored, and he really liked it. And I gave him some because thought he needed to be wormed. Because
I don't have worms.
Well,
Mama, yes, you
anyway, so
So Adler said that he wants to clarify here and now that it's an earthworm, Cassie. So
All right.
before these people put all their effort into anything they're going to do, let's verify. Is it an earthworm you're referring to? Are you going to eat an earthworm if we hit 1,000 subs?
when we hit 1,000 subs,
Subscribers.
I will chew up an earthworm like Ranger did. If I swallow it, depends on if I can hang. I have always wanted to be on Fear Factor. I eat weird stuff. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I eat sardines and mustard. I eat, I don't know, I eat weird things.
She eats
I eat
weird
sushi
things.
from Walmart, and it's really good. So
She eats sardines. That's a little.
I'm fairly certain that I could eat an earthworm and be okay.
That tastes
Oh,
worse than worm.
Moorhead wants to pick the worm.
No, you ain't picking it, Bo. I don't trust you. I mean, we're friends, but I don't. You'll get one that's like this big that you've been growing or something. A Patch of Heaven Farm. Hello, welcome. Glad to have you, David Clark. Oh, an old joke is winter fishermen keep their worms warm in their mouth, but do they crunch it and then the nastiness comes out? That's what I'm. worried
Oh, I
about.
like 4 kids in a farm idea.
Hey y'all.
Earthworms and mustard. Yeah. that's-
Oh yeah, can I like dip it in ranch?
There's
or
no
something?
rule about what you put on it. Ranch? Really? Ranch?
No one put any.
I would go with mustard. That's like a good stout flavor.
I hope we haven't missed anybody. I'm trying to keep up. Cindy Brown, hi, how are you? She says, ooh.
Linda
Say,
Cole.
hey, it's all for the YouTube. That's what Case over at Adler Farm said. Adler Farm says, all for the YouTube. You getting hot, man? Okay, kids, how about you guys go watch,
Can I
go do what you were doing? No, you can't play Fortnite because we will probably lose our friends if you do that. That's too much streaming.
Fortnite.
I'm so sorry.
What should you
Oh, guys, he feels sorry for the worm. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
We spit it out. It's fine.
I will not be doing that for YouTube, Paula says.
Some
We're really not that desperate. Which I know you didn't mean that by that, but we like to have fun. We like to do pranks. And like I said, I've always wanted to be on Fear Factor.
Cassie had a dream of being on Fear Factor and eating like grasshoppers and crickets and
And then it got
being
canceled.
surrounded by like a bathtub full of snakes. Like, who would do that? Like, who would voluntarily do that? I guess if you're guaranteed to win some money, but not me.
I'd rather be in a bathtub full
Thank
of
you.
snakes than have one mouse in a tub. I don't do mice. Like, we ever get a mouse in this house, we're just gonna have to burn the place down and start all over.
Mama, no.
Oh, okay.
They don't want to turn
I
this
hope we don't
house
get
down.
any mice then.
What were you going to talk about with the?
Paula do something crazy, but not that. All right, so let's get the kids situated because
Come on,
y'all about to burn me up, wallering on me.
Come on.
So while Gary gets them situated in there, I was just going to talk about our new norm here on the farm. So everybody knows what's going on, and we're not supposed to go anywhere, all that. So our new norm here on the farm is in the mornings we homeschool, and we spend quite a bit of little time on that. Luckily, Gary is at home. His job sent him home. He still has a job, fortunately, but they sent him home for now until they can come up with a different plan, a better plan. And so, which I enjoy him being home. So while I homeschool one kid, Gary helps with the others. And then we rotate a kid out and they go out and have farm school while Mama homeschools. Or some mornings we divide and conquer. Gary takes one, I take one, and then Ransom just probably eats chocolate or something. And we homeschool at the same time and get it out quicker. So, eating tarantulas. I'm not sure about that. So anyway, that's our new norm. We're slowly but surely getting used to it. And thank you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth likes the shirt. I'm really proud of our school for coming up with a plan so quickly. We were out on spring break, and then 3 days after spring break, we started up the homeschool thing. Our school devised a plan really quickly. We got all the material out to our students and our parents and came up with a game plan. So today we gave out everything for the rest of the year. A week and a half ago, we gave out 2 weeks worth of stuff because we weren't sure what was going to happen. And so after that, I assume people's still here. After that, we came up with a new game plan and sent everything home for the rest of the year today so that we don't have to come and go from the school anymore because we're kind of in a stay-at-home order thing. So sorry, I got to stop reading. So Gary will tell me if something comes up. So anyway, we sent everything out today. The students have everything for the rest of the year. We kind of cut the workload a little bit because I teach at a small private Christian school, and our curriculum is it's a load. It's a lot. So we were doing all subjects, all worksheets, and that was a little much for parents, especially if I wasn't home every day and Gary here, then that would be a lot. You need to say something?
Yeah, it's just been, talk about the adjustment like at home.
Yeah.
Hey, I was going to say hi to Payne family, and I'm going to get back to Moorhead in just a minute.
Okay. So anyway, that's our new norm. And we've kind of cut back. Our school's cut back on doing core subjects so that no one's behind come August, and cut back on the worksheets a little bit. If we weren't home all the time, then homeschooling would be super hard. I know people homeschool all the time. Some of you guys on here homeschool your kids, but our parents and our teachers went from teaching every day at school to doing homeschool. So it's been a learning experience, and not everybody has all of the resources they need, but we're making it. So the new norm here is we homeschool in the morning.
Try to get everything done by noon.
Try to. Sometimes it's 1 or 2. And if we had to eat lunch, and Ransom's got to pee every 5 minutes. And then we go outside and we work on the farm, and we're getting a lot of stuff done. So we're loving it at home. Typically right now, Ranger would be playing soccer, and we would be having soccer practice twice a week and then games on Saturday, which isn't terrible, but I'm loving, I hate what's going on right now and that people are sick, but I'm loving at night when I lay down and think, I need to check my calendar and see what we got going on tomorrow. And then I'm like, nothing. So anyway, that's what we're doing on the farm. Gary, what did you want to pick up with?
So yeah, the same thing on the farm. I've been able to get a fence built. We've got like 4 more ricks of wood cut. We've been able to get a lot of stuff planted in the garden.
Old Reading Farm, hello.
We've been able to do a lot of catch-up projects. And so I've got more fence line ready to be built soon. Moorhead, yes, I am ready to dig those lines. I am off like for a while. So just let me know what day works for you. I know your work schedule and stuff is still going on. But give me a day prep and I'm ready. I just got to get some conduit to put in the ground. And yeah, I'm ready to go on that. I didn't know for sure if you wanted to wait until this stuff passed over, but if you're ready to go, then I'm ready. Yeah, you got to start that fence soon for the goats because I think I heard you say on one video, the in-laws are ready to get them out of the shed, which you understand that. So plus with all this grass growing, you don't want to have to mow it. You might as well put the goats on it and let them eat that down. So
yeah, so a couple of comments I read while Gary was talking.
My beard.
Elizabeth said, are you growing the beard, Gary? And someone said, like Duck Dynasty. So he grows a beard for a week at a time, and then he shaves.
Yeah, I shave once a week. I hate shaving. I despise shaving. I wish I had no hair growing on my face. But I shave once a week, and it's like a norm to shave on Saturday or Sunday and then just let it grow all week, and it looks kind of scruffy towards the end. And Cassie's always like, why don't you grow a beard? It would look really good if you grew a beard. And I'm like, I work at a semi-professional job. I need to, not saying that you don't look like a professional, Bo. I work at a semi-professional job, and
he works in an office.
I work
to
in an office, and I'm just used to having my face shaved. So now that I'm not going to work, or if I do work, it's logging in from my computer. Wow.
The only bad thing about live is you can't edit what you say.
So I'm keeping my beard until I can go
Hey, Bo's an essential. Respect him.
until I can go back into work. So like I'm just gonna see how long it goes.
And he says that, but he always says, I can't grow a good beard, he says, or it's patchy, yada yada. And I said the other day he was about to shave, and I said, now's the time. No one will see it. No one cares. Just grow it and see what happens. And then it gets like in 2 more days, he'll be going, it's so itchy. I'm so itchy. And then he'll go shave it.
Yeah, it gets past the phase. So there's a beard phase of like for me when it gets like long enough that it becomes itchy no more. And I think I'm there. So I'm good to let it grow now.
So yeah, 4 Kids in the Farm had stepped away. Case has not
Grow till 1,000 subs and then shave. I like that idea.
has not kissed or eaten a worm that I know of yet, but it's coming. So, and then Paula, you asked how our county is. We do have some confirmed cases. 2 days ago, we had our first death in our county due to the virus. I guess we can say that. And so it's coming. It's getting worse.
I'll get you one.
Today they set up a drive-through place at our local county fair, actually where the meetup was going to be, and did drive-through testing. And they only had so many tests, and they had a lot of stipulations. So I hate it. It's sad. I wish it had never happened. But if any good can come out of it, I just hope that families realize the things we need to be thankful for, the things that we take for granted every single day until the last couple of weeks. And that hopefully when all this is over with and it all blows over, that families start spending more time together. They start eating meals together like they have been, and that God can use this for good. Who said something?
David Clark. He just wants to grow hair on his head. We have a friend named David at church that is also bald and also makes lots of comments. He just made me think of David Arnold.
Yeah. He's our Sunday school teacher. We haven't got to see him in a month.
No, but I'll need to text him here in a minute and tell him we're missing him. Yeah. So I think we'll all be happy to get back to normal, but we are making the most of this time with our family. So we're getting to spend a lot of time, one-on-one time with the kids, taking them out one at a time and doing stuff that we wouldn't get to do otherwise. So yeah, homeschool is hard. Yeah,
4 Kids in a Farm. I don't know if you were here when I said that, but I know like you and a few more people homeschool, and you're probably laughing at all of us that are like, oh. But it's tough, and it's a learning curve, especially when you have to figure it out in 48 hours and you didn't sign up for homeschool. But I always have had a respect for homeschoolers. I'm a school teacher, and there's a reason why I don't homeschool, because like, I don't think that's for me. I'm a PE teacher for a reason. I can't teach kids how to read or do math. I can do PE stuff and I can do athletic stuff. So anyway, we're making it. Our school has been amazing at getting it all set up and ready and helping families that need help and all that. We have amazing teachers. So without that, like I already would have went out to the pasture.
So Adler Farms, talking about chickens and rabbits. So
yeah.
We're really enjoying our chickens. I don't know if you guys seen in a couple of videos back, we got 5 laying hens from Adler Farms. They made a trade with us for 2 of our silver fox rabbits.
Yeah, they were supposed to get the silver fox rabbits at the meetup. We had discussed that a while back, and then that got canceled. So Chad was like, hey, can we still make it happen? And I was like, yeah, let's make it happen. And then we decided, you got a bunch of chickens. He's not the chicken man. What do we decide?
The bird man.
And so you're the bird man. So bring us some chickens and you can have some rabbits. So it worked out and we're loving it.
So now the next thing up is our chicken coop. So
chicken mansion.
Well, I'm
maybe the chicken tiny house by the time it gets to us.
So last time I built a chicken coop, I made a chicken tractor. It had like a 4-foot by 8-foot roaming area with a coop, and you could wheel it around the yard. My problem was I made it way too heavy. I made it out of all treated lumber. I made it out of like really thick 5/8 siding.
He got a what's it called? The wheels. Axle.
Yeah.
That was off an old farm, like old farm equipment that my parents had. So, that's heavy in itself. So he made it off of that. And
I think I have a picture on my phone.
maybe they can see it. But anyway, it looked awesome and it was cool. And we took it to Chupp's auction, a local auction we have, and that sucker sold awesome when we moved because Gary's like, there ain't no way we're taking this with us. So, but it was so heavy we had to move it with the lawnmower or the 4-wheeler or something like that. So
let's see, too much glare. All right, still a little bit of glare. So there's the old chicken tractor. Not gonna work. But maybe you get the idea of it. So it had like a run right there. I had a place in the back to get the eggs out, and I loved it. So I was just going to get a little bit. Yeah, PVC pipe is one thing I thought. So I was going to get a vote. So if you had to choose between like a still one-place chicken coop versus a chicken tractor that you move around your garden or your yard, which would you vote?
Yeah,
or feedback. Just give us tell us what you think.
If you've had one or the other or both, let us know. I like the chicken tractor because I moved it around and where the chickens were, the grass looked amazing. So I liked that aspect of it. But I like the coop idea because I like old looking barns and things like that. And if we build one, I'm wanting Gary to kind of make it look like an old barn or something. But where you put it's where you put it. And we have lots of coyotes and different things like that.
Yeah, it has to be predator proof, whatever it is.
If we make a coop, they're not just going to be free roaming all the time because they're going to have some type of boundary. Because I mean, you guys, if you've been following us from the beginning, you saw my coyote video that our cows chase coyotes off. We don't see them as much during the day as when we first moved here, but we hear them at night, and JoJo starts going crazy and runs them off. So like they would be goners if we didn't protect them.
Hey, Cooper family.
So also I videoed a wild hog. We haven't put it in any videos yet because I was hoping to get footage of us killing it. But we were coming up our driveway, wild hog, literally 20 yards from our garden. Our garden's in our yard. And it was massive. And had we not come home, it probably would end up on our porch. So I don't know if they like chickens, but it wouldn't be good, probably.
Okay. Main laying house, stationary.
Hello from Kansas Pathways Homestead. That wasn't coming out. Hello. Stacy Stewart. I still have to make a coop. So
the Moore family right now is building a coop too, a chicken coop. I just watched Dutch after 6 months finish his chicken coop. I shouldn't do that.
We're friends with Dutch. We can mess with him, and he deserves it.
But he made a good chicken coop. It's kind of stationary, but he also moved it. So I like that. He built it on skids, and if he had to move it, it moved. That's my biggest fear is making it and then not being happy where it's at. And
Stacy, whatever we build, we'll for sure do a video over it. I'm learning. He told me the other day I don't appreciate it like I should, but Gary is quite the little carpenter and hand. Matt and Christian and the kids were over here a while back and made a comment on, you know how to do that or something like that. I can't remember. And so that made me think, is that rare? So my dad can't build hardly anything. And I'd tell him that to his face, and he can't really fix much either. I mean, he can rig it up. I love my dad, but he knows that. And so when I married Gary and he's able to do it all, I kind of knew my dad can build a deer blind, a mansion deer blind, but having fixed something in the house, build a cat. Anyway, I'm not bashing my dad. I would tell him that to his face and he laughs about it. Anyway, Gary has remodeled quite a few houses that we've lived in. He was our contractor for this house and did lots of the work on it. And he builds stuff outside all the time. So I need to appreciate, good job.
Thanks.
His abilities, and he's got a mind for it. We'll want to do something and he'll want to draw up the plans and run it by me. And I'm because one, I need to see it. I'm a see person. You can't just scratch it on a piece of paper and I always get it. But also I have 100% confidence in him because so far he's not built anything junk or thrown together or anything that I'm oh my goodness, I hope the neighbors can't see that.
There's time.
So I'm whatever's in that brain, do it because I know it's going to work. And if it doesn't, you'll fix it. So,
no mushrooms yet.
Yeah.
Elizabeth asked, sorry, Cassie looked. We looked a little bit around the place.
I haven't got to go out to my parents. I feel like if I went out to my parents' creek, that I would find a lot more. But literally, when we went with his cousin Dace, he's like the mushroom king. He found like 30 some the other day, and they wanted us to come over and eat, but we can't go anywhere right now. So then they just ate them without us.
Did they really invite us over this time or last time?
Last week, 5 days ago, they did.
I could have went by myself.
They didn't invite us over.
Oh.
She texted me the picture and said, "We want you guys to come eat, but you can't, so we're going to eat them."
Oh.
Kind of like what we did with the ribs today.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, all you
yesterday.
guys are invited to come eat. You can't, so don't.
So
We got steaks marinating right now.
we were saving those ribs for Moorhead Homestead, but Gary's like, it's going to be like 3 more months. Let's just eat them. So sorry about that, Bo and Lindy. So what was I saying? Anyway, we went mushroom hunting with him, and he's like, I see one, and we're all like, oh. So we're like looking. He's like, you for real don't see it? It was literally right in front of me. Those suckers are like camouflage.
It's like an Easter egg. You just have to find it.
No, we are here at a resource. 4 kids in a farm have 3 years of training for what?
I think for homeschooling.
Oh, see, that's why I shouldn't be homeschooling. I have no brain cells. So yeah, 4 kids in a farm. If we have any questions, I will for sure ask you. But luckily, we do the Abeka curriculum, and it is set up for homeschoolers already. It's a homeschool thing, but it's also a Christian curriculum that Christian schools can use. And so they already have all of the, like you have a teacher online. And so when we went to this distant learning, crisis learning, homeschool, and whatever people are calling it, they gave us all of their resources to our school for free. And so if Ranger's doing math and he doesn't get it or something, I say, here you go. And he watches his new teacher, I thought it was Chappelle, like the Chappelles in our community, but she says Chapel, but it's spelled like Chappelle. Anyway, so yeah, thank you so much.
So I can't send out any steaks, but like I said, I'm inviting everybody over to dinner if you can get here in 30 minutes. Except you can't
Tiger
come.
cares, hands-on learner.
Except you can't come because Cassie said you can't. So I invited you. She uninvited you. And we've got T-bones, sirloin, and
Yes,
ribeye.
unpaved explorer, morel mushrooms. That's what we've been hunting and looking for.
We'd love a morel mushroom with our ribeye steak. If Cassie would have found some.
Our internet is working way better than last time.
All right. That's great.
The kids are even using it too, so that it's worth the $55 a month.
Payne Family's on his way. Did you get that uninvite from Cassie? Man.
No, Payne Family knows.
She knows how to ruin a good time.
So I'm just gonna be quiet.
What?
My thing is like
So here's these steaks are the very first ones from our reckless beef. And so
I put it in my mouth if I keep
let's just not
talking.
talk. So the very first steaks we got out of reckless beef. And so we're about ready to see later today if they're good or not. I'm hoping they're really good because how bummed would that be if she got like half a beef and it didn't even taste good?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I don't think it would. But they won half a beef. The lady went and picked it up, but I expect them to taste
Cooper
good.
Family Homestead, what's up? I don't know if you've been in here a while, but I just now saw it.
I told them hi when we were talking a while ago.
I was talking. Sorry. Can't talk and listen.
Oh, Cooper Family, you got Cassie with the April Fool's joke.
You got me until you said
You didn't get me.
it was like 1 minute in, and you said whoopee or not whoopee.
What?
What's it called? Yuppies. You said we're gonna be called the yuppie farmer or something like that, and we're gonna get something about eating out of the grocery store. I don't remember. Then I realized what day it was, but you got me for 1 minute, which I was gonna talk you out of it. So
You got her though, like for like 1 minute. It's legit. So good job, Cooper.
I love
I love you too, buddy.
hey, buddy, what? How many pieces of candy is that?
you. Like one.
Like one?
I gave him a sucker and another piece. So April Fool's jokes are fun. Cassie and I used to always get each other before we had kids. Like that was the big thing every year was to get each other. And anyway,
Yeah, I have done some really good April Fools. My sister has done some really good April Fools. We have got my mom really good. Gary got me really good one year. But this year, I just didn't have it in me. I was tired.
that's depressing.
I I didn't have it in me, but we did get Ranger.
Yeah,
So I
that
don't.
was not nice.
Are you watching the comments?
Yeah.
So
Bye, David.
David, now he's hungry. And by the way, what we want you to do, if you're in our live, we want you to go to all these people wherever your comments show up. We want you to click on them and subscribe to them. So I know some people don't like promoting other channels and things in their lives, which I get. But we want you guys to talk amongst each other, ask these other questions. We don't care if you don't even talk to us. We'll just talk to ourselves. But click on them, go to their channel and subscribe. When I'm in a live, I try to subscribe to all the people I can. Now I follow like 600 people and I don't even watch all of them, but
Hang on.
I at least try to subscribe
We're
to them.
talking about Yuppie Farm. So you can't imagine the Yuppie Farm. I saw a video a while ago. I don't know if it was real or what, is homesteading from your apartment. And I was like, how does that even work? How would that, I guess you could save your scraps from your vegetables you grew in your window and then grow some more vegetables, or no, the lights, I guess the grow lights.
You couldn't have any animals though, right? Unless you had like a cat,
You can't eat cats.
parrot, some quail. Oh, that'd be stinky. I don't even know if I'm going to look it up.
Be careful.
Oh, thanks, Cindy Brown. I won't say that again, but y'all go do that.
So rabbits, maybe, I don't know. Rabbits is
Yeah, if you cleaned them a lot, you could have some.
well,
rabbits.
and Cassie's been telling the people that she sells rabbits to that rabbits can be litter box trained.
Yeah, I didn't know that until someone on Instagram was watching.
My hands are cute.
Your hands are geeky. His hands are geeky. That means sticky. Brain fart. I was
litter box training rabbits.
someone told me on Instagram when we first got them because they kept peeing and pooping on the wood part of our cage instead of on the wire. Whoever made our cages, they made a wood side and a wire side. Oh, I thought Gary's chair was falling. If you make a rabbit hutch, put all wire on the bottom. Do not put wood on the bottom. Future reference. So our rabbits like to pee and poop on the wood side, and I have to clean that. And so I was complaining about it on Instagram, and someone said that people litter box train them, and they poop and pee in the same place usually or something, whatever. And they said people have inside rabbits that like run around, and they have a litter box just like you would a cat. No idea. But as soon as we get a chance, we are cutting all the wood out of the bottom of our rabbit hutches and putting wire all the way across it because I have to clean it out, and it's disgusting. Plus, the pee is so acidic, is that the word? That it's starting to rot the wood out of the bottom. So don't put wood in your rabbit hutches.
There's still wire. It's way easier. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Cindy Brown.
Yeah. Got to be careful what we say and do. So I think a lot of people, though, are more interested in the homesteading community now, or farms. I think I saw this term farmsteading earlier, and I think that's kind of what we are. I've decided we're kind of a farm, kind of a homestead. So farmstead.
I think that's what Case at Adler Farm calls it.
Yeah. I think that maybe
Elizabeth, you were saying you've subbed, but you don't get notification to Cooper Family. Last night when I got on Blackberry Ridge's live, I realized while he was talking, I clicked and I thought, why hasn't he put any videos up lately? And I looked and he puts videos up all the time. And I had to hit the bell, but YouTube had taken it away. It did that to Simply Jane Homestead. Simply Jan Homestead. I say Jane every time because that's my middle name. She knows that I messed that up. But it had done that to her. It had done that to him. And someone else the other day, I commented and apologized that our regular commenters on, if people regularly comment and watch our videos, I tried. What?
Sorry. Herdot Farms has, they are litter box trained. They have rabbits that are litter box trained.
He's from Frozen, Oklahoma. That's a town.
Unless he's talking about the cold weather right now.
Oh.
Like I live in Frozen, Oklahoma right now.
Because Mazzy would love to go to Frozen, Oklahoma. She loves the movie Frozen. But anyway, that's happened to me on a couple that if people watch our channel and comment, I try to make sure that I watch their channel and comment on their stuff. And I had been missing some of them because YouTube doesn't like me. Probably because I'm subbed to so many people. But I want to help out everybody I can. I want to sub to as many people as I can because you have to have so many subs to get certain things, you know. So I sub to as many people as I can. but I can only watch so many videos in a day, especially being a mom and a creator ourselves. I guess that's what you call us, and living on a farm and doing chores and now homeschooling. Like, I can only watch so many videos in a day. And
So
if I haven't watched your videos lately, I'm so sorry. I'll get to it.
Hard Neck Farms is in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Oh,
So
I knew that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Frozen, Oklahoma, I like that just as good because it's
That
literally
threw me off.
it's 30. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like 39 degrees here.
I knew that because I'm pretty sure we've had a conversation about Guthrie, unless there's somebody else from Guthrie, and I can't remember who that was. But yeah, I knew that. They're really sorry. I'm reading. Paula says they're updating some or rolling out some new changes. Yeah. I love YouTube for being able to do this, but I don't love YouTube for all the rules, and why they got to make things so hard for people. We're just trying to learn how to survive and be self-sustaining and provide a good life for our family. Like, leave us alone.
For kids, it is hard to make your own videos and watch everyone else's at the same time.
Yes.
It's a challenge. I think it helps us two that we both contribute kind of on the same channel, because I'm able to go out and do stuff some days when she's able to do more socializing, so to speak, and vice versa. So I think it helps us having two people. But don't ever think that just because we haven't commented in the last day or so, sometimes it takes us a couple days to get caught up.
Yeah, Gary and I try. He does a video. We try to put out a video. I shouldn't say we have, because we missed the other day.
Day or two, but
since January 1st, when we launched this thing, we created the YouTube page a few days before that, trying to figure out YouTube. And then January 1st is when we launched our first real video. Since then, we have put out a video every other day. Gary does one, I do one. Gary does one, I do one, so that we aren't just always on our phone. We video everything on our phone. We edit everything on our phone. So that's why if it's windy, we can't go outside and video, because we just can't. But that way we're not constant. He's not just doing it, or I'm just doing it. I am Walker Farm Fam. When I comment, if Walker Farm Fam comments, that was from me. Gary's got a Gary at Walker Farm Fam, but he doesn't use it very much because
it confuses
he confused
people.
somebody, and then he felt bad.
And then sometimes if you post something and say something and I know the answer to the question, then I'll log in with the Walker Farm Fam account and reply. Because
or Gary will text me and say, respond to so-and-so with this, and I'll just copy and paste it in there. But yeah, Walker Farm Fam is me usually, and then he watches on his other one or whatever. But we try to rotate so that we don't get burnt out, and so that we can put content out all the time with and still like raise our kids.
Yeah, and it's like I like variation in the channel. I know some people like to tune in and watch the same thing over and over, but with us, that's one thing that you shouldn't expect. You should expect.
Matt said, "Tell my wife she needs to start videoing."
You should expect who knows what on the next video.
Yeah, we never know what it's going to be. Gary will come in and be like, "Me and the boys did da 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 da, and I videoed it. You want to do it?" I'm like, "Go for it." So, we're like a box of chocolates, is what Sawyer Ridge told me yesterday. I commented on theirs that I love their channel because you never know what it's going to be about. It's not just about goats. It's not just about chickens. It's about everything, and they teach people stuff. Like, that's what I love. That's what I love to watch. And they said, we're like a box of chocolates over here, and I like that. You never know what you're going to get here. Sawyer Ridge.
Yeah. Yeah, Paula, I told Cassie that she could do that. Add me as a moderator or a contributor or something on the studio level. We just haven't done it yet, but I need to do that so I can log back and
I
and
thought
forth.
you already did. No?
No, but we need to.
Okay.
Right now I just log in with the same login. So, but anyway, so we want to have a lot of different types of content. So don't be surprised if you see something new.
Yeah. Hard Neck Farms, we were only uploading on our cell phone data, and then we found this internet from a video that Salty Pines put out, which we had to go with a different provider, but it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. It's a hotspot.
Yeah, and it's $55 a month. And like I said, we're on it right now live. Our kids are watching some stuff in there. We've been doing all of our homeschooling stuff on it. And so we're so glad we found that, because I have unlimited data, but it slows me down after so long. And doing the first 2 months of YouTube, I was using all my data in like 2 days from doing YouTube stuff. So
yeah, we love Sawyer Ridge too. Tigger Cares. They're neighbors of ours. They live about 3 or 4 miles from here.
Yeah, they're
just
great
down the
people.
road.
If you guys aren't subscribed to the, I'm not supposed to tell people,
Um,
or you're just not supposed to do sub for subs. Anyway, go
so
subscribe to them.
yeah, the raised bed video is over 100K. Yeah, Sawyer Ridge is.
I saw that this morning.
If you're considering raised beds, I really like the raised bed. It comes up to like a 2-foot height, and that way you can just sit down on it if you have difficulty getting down lower on the ground. So check out Sawyer Ridge's raised beds. They have a lot of content about rabbits, and we're going to be doing the watering system that they have shown. So, wow, 4-foot high. That's some big raised beds, Paula.
You're gonna stand and do it instead of
Yeah, she's not laying down at all. So I guess with
I would assume. Paula.
so with 4-foot high raised beds, I assume you're doing like greens and short stuff in those raised beds, because like tomato plants, they're going to grow even higher.
Yeah, Elizabeth, our administrator told us the same thing. Someone was offering free internet to kids that needed it. I think that's awesome for people doing that.
Yeah, that's got to be great for your back.
Well, Paula, I have bad back. I have a bad back as well, and bending over kills me. And even like on my knees, bending over kills me. So if I needed to do a raised bed instead of in the ground, or if Gary wasn't the mainly garden guy, that would be awesome, Paula. That's something I would want to do.
Yeah, Cooper, I agree. Doing something like that, especially in the summertime, because if you get more than like half a dozen rabbits, those rabbits suck the water down in the summertime. When it's hot outside, they need all the fresh water they can get.
Ranger does most of the feeding on the rabbits, but the watering is really hard for him because he can't carry a 5-gallon bucket out there. And then taking the lids off, putting the lids on. So the water system will help us out a ton because it takes so long to water.
4 kids in a farm, it's one of the easiest things.
Come on, 4 kids.
It's one of the easiest
rabbits.
It's one of the easiest things to get into.
And your kids will love them. I'm not going to say they're easy and low maintenance because they're way more maintenance than I thought. But now that we're in a groove, it's not as bad.
They've got 4 kids. The key to that is 4 kids and a farm. So your 4 kids can take care of the rabbits. So
yeah,
if that works out, then that would work great.
Walker Farm Family Wyatt in yellow or orange color.
I don't know.
I know when you put, Steve, if you write Walker Farm Fam, it will show up on your side in a orangish yellow, if that's what you're saying. But yours didn't show up that color because you put Walker Family Farm. So that might help you.
Yeah.
Our name's kind of hard, but it's Walker Farm Fam. And it'll show up in a different color on your side. Nobody else sees it. I mean, and we see it. So like, say Paula Wells puts Walker Farm Fam, it shows up orange, and that gets my attention to read it. So if you want us to read a comment, if you'll do that, but only you and I can see that, not everybody else.
She said she saw what happened to the quail.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But it's just a rabbit. People are going to hate me, but
no,
Gary,
it's part of life.
Yeah.
It's circle of life.
We don't ever hide. My sister hides things from her kids when they die. Not now, they're older, but when they were little, if they had a pet rabbit and it died, they would buy one that looked just like it and not tell them it died. If they had this or that and it died, like they'd go get a new goldfish. So, I mean, to each their own. When something dies here, we tell the kids and they mourn and they got to get over it. So, Ranger left the lid open, and I don't mean that like to not be sensitive, but it's just the way it is on a farm. But Ranger left the lid open on the rabbit hutch last year when had his first kits, and 3 fell out. And so he was so devastated. He felt horrible. It made him pay attention to shut the gate better, or the door better. And so all day he just was devastated. And then, but that night they came back and laid underneath the hutch because they knew that's where Mama was. And we made a makeshift trap, and we trapped them when we got them back. But guess who hasn't left the door open because he thought they were dead all day?
Now, Matt, you just have to teach him how to.
We got to build some hutches. What did Matt say?
His would die if he let his kids take care of them.
Your kids are still really small, Matt. Mazzy don't take care of no rabbits. She just plays with them on the trampoline.
Yeah, and meat rabbits were the way to go. That's right, Steve, because it provides not only manure for your garden, but it also for us provides responsibility for our kids and also provides meat for our table. If right, we've luckily been able to sell most of the rabbits we recently had, which helps be able to buy the feed for them. So, but whenever we aren't selling them or we just need the meat, then it makes a good source for meat.
I need to borrow your kids then. I have 8 pet rabbits in our mudroom. I have another farm friend on YouTube called Walker Farm.
I think it's Walker Fam.
Walker Fam. Yeah, we follow Walker Fam.
We follow them.
See, I can't even say our name right.
Walker
You have
Fam.
8 rabbits in your mudroom. Wow.
They're litter trained, remember?
Oh yeah. Our 4-year-old takes care of ours. He loves it. Cool, Cooper. I think it's very good for they do poop a lot. We put it in our garden. Sawyer Ridge sells their poop by the bags, by the 50-pound sacks. We're going to start doing that too. If we can ever find anybody that wants to buy it.
Hey,
But,
Ann.
Hey, Annie Ann. No problem.
Well,
You're
you can
probably
join
cooking supper. We are supposed to be cooking steaks right now, but
I'm going to start
we
the
didn't.
thing in about
well,
10
I'm supposed to
minutes.
video it.
Yeah. So when this is done, we'll be starting the grill. And
Someone
finish
had
up.
asked me last night if we could video how we marinate and cook our steaks and stuff. And so it's rainy and cold. We can't video. So that's what we've been working on today, video wise. So let me finish what up here. I cleaned fish in front of case first and then went up from there.
No, yeah. Teach them when they're young. That's right, Adler. Get them used to the farm life and
so
the responsibility.
4 kids said, how much meat do you get a year? I have no idea on that, but do you?
That depends on, so just think if you had 4 does and they had 2 litters a year and those 2 litters had an average of 6. So that would be 24 times 2, 48. So say you could potentially get 48
Steve wants to
the steak.
meat in the mail.
So you could get 48 kits. And if you raise them all up to 4 pounds, 48 kits times 4, that would be 96, 100 and like 80, like 192 pounds of meat that's on the foot. So once you butcher, it'd be a little less. But that meat adds up really fast because you can have kits a lot more
Hey,
often
good old boy, 76.
than twice a year. So you could potentially get a lot of meat out of it if you wanted that to be a mainly, close to 200 pounds. So
you know what? You know that saying, multiply like rabbits?
It's
Rabbits
true.
like it's true.
And it's like one day you go out there and they're this big.
Meat rabbits.
They're like that big. And then you go out there 2 or 3 days later and they're like half grown rabbits. It's like instantly they grow before your eyes. It's just unreal.
See you, Wendy. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll try to go by and check out your channel here in a little bit and make sure I've hit that bell because I don't remember seeing videos lately. So
also is a great healthy meat. So rabbit meat is a healthy source of meat. It's not high in fat.
So I grew up eating wild rabbit. My dad raises beagles. I've said that on here before, I think, and rabbit hunts. And so I grew up eating wild rabbit, and it's good, but it can be tough depending on, you don't know if you're killing a little rabbit or a big rabbit when they run past you as fast as they run by. So I grew up on that. And so these meat rabbits that we butchered is on like another level compared to the wild rabbit I grew up on. So when Ranger said he wanted to show, we chose meat rabbits because what is it, 4 kids in a farm, an Adler farm? What is it, Gary?
What? I'm drawing a blank.
Come on, help me out, Adler farm.
Pressure cook wild rabbit or make stew.
I can't remember right now, but something about we said on one of our videos, if you can't eat it.
Oh, if you can't eat it, don't feed it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Which does not apply to our kids or our cats or our dogs.
Yeah, I was thinking if you can't eat it, why
don't
have it, but it's feed it. So yeah, if you can't eat it, don't feed it. So anyway, that's our motto around here because we have cattle and lots of animals. So buying feed. Anyway. And so the other thing was we told him you have to do meat rabbits so that if tomorrow you decide you don't want them anymore, we can eat them. But also our local county fair, you can make the premium sale with meat rabbits and you can't with the other rabbits. So we're like, if we're going to show them, you might as well try to get in the premium sale where you can actually get some money back. So
We haven't had. Elizabeth asked if they got sick, like the Stemper. We haven't had hardly any health issues. So we've treated for ear mites once or twice with a little bit of oil.
There you go, Adler. I knew you could have my back.
A little bit of oil.
Homeschooling has made my brain mush.
And then what else do we treat for? Their eye, just a little bit of stuff in their eye.
Yeah, so like Sawyer Ridge has some good videos out about ear mites, and then in their eyes you can use cooking oil and different baby oil, things like that, and kind of drown them out. We had some when we first got our rabbits, they had some worms and different things, so we wormed them. And I've asked some of my friends, they worm theirs every like 6 months or something. But I talked to Sawyer Ridge the other day, and they don't ever worm theirs, and they haven't had any problems.
Well, unless there's
a problem,
because they haven't seen a need, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people.
If you keep your place clean and their pen clean and take good care of them, I think you don't have hardly any problems. So.
I talked to cattle farmers that never put a needle in their cow. They never do antibiotics. They never do anything. They might do a little bit of pour-on wormer, like once a year. But
yes, Good Simple Living does have a lot of rabbit videos.
But really, just pay attention to your herd or whatever animal you're taking care of, and treat them accordingly. But hopefully, you don't have to put antibiotics or anything that's harmful to the meat on the animal.
Yeah. So I wormed a doe the other day that we had. Actually, she was at my mom's. My mom and dad have a couple of our meat rabbits out at their place. And I noticed she had was missing a little bit of hair on her head. And I wasn't sure if she was rubbing it off or what was happening. And then the next day there's a little more gone. So I wormed her for my mom, and all of her hair's fine now. So I think, I don't know that it was worms or mites or what it was, but you just put it on their back. You put it in a little syringe and just rub it on their back, kind of like what you would do for your dogs and cats for flea and ticks, and then good to go. Sounds like that. Yes. If you can't feed them, or if you can't eat them, why feed them is going to go when we have merch. Oh, Gary's got the steaks.
All right. Ransom fell asleep on the couch. So,
oh, he did?
Yeah.
He didn't get a nap today because I've been too busy to worry about it.
So that is two ribeyes and a sirloin.
Mm-hmm.
These steaks were like that big, and so they've
just got back from the butcher 2 days ago.
Marinating all day in French dressing. So I've got the grill started.
Yes, Paula. Thank you, Jesus. He didn't get a nap today, and if he doesn't nap come 6:30, he's a bear. So
yeah, he needed to fall asleep.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And he'll probably stay asleep there till tomorrow morning. Or not on the couch. I'll put him to bed, but he'll stay asleep till tomorrow morning. He's a really good sleeper.
I invited everybody over. If you weren't on earlier, like, you're welcome to like come on over. But then Cassie uninvited everybody because the governor said
Tiger Cares. I've been reading up on that. So if you know anything about it, let me know.
Hey, Blackberry.
Hey, Blackberry. Thanks for popping in. I already told everybody our deal on
the worm challenge.
What I said on your channel last night, that when we ever reach 1K, I'll eat a worm, but I didn't say what kind.
Yeah, you did earlier. I
didn't say on blackberries.
She clarified it is a earthworm.
And Bo at Moorhead Homestead is not picking it out because he knows where some ginormous ones. Yes, that's a real word, ginormous.
All right, so we got like 10 more minutes.
Showing enough to Ben Homestead. Hey, how y'all doing? Thanks for coming over. We're doing great. We're going to finish up here in a little bit. I know Crocker goes live at 7. I know a lot of people go live regularly. I have no idea who goes live what day. Just when I get a notification on my phone, I watch it. And so I don't know who's live right now or who goes on at 6, but I know Crocker goes on at 7. So I don't want to interrupt that because most of y'all will leave. But we wanted to come on and talk to y'all and interact because we love doing lives. We just don't get to do them very often.
Oh, what kind of worm? Yeah, most people do.
Oh, yeah, NEM. I told Gary last night, and I told Chad at Adler Farm, I said, they didn't say what kind of worm. I'm going to eat dang it, I shouldn't have said that. What I was going to do on the video is I was going to eat a sour gummy worm and make all y'all mad and then eat an earthworm.
Yeah.
I just gave it up, though.
So she like has been dedicated now to eat a regular worm. So,
Yeah, Paula, I know there's a schedule out there. We don't have Facebook, but I know there's like a schedule out there of who does what, but we just try to pop on as we can. And if the bigger channels are on and people want to go watch them, that's fine. But we don't do it very often, but I know at 7 Jason's on, and so we for sure will stop by then.
Grub worm it is. Oh,
What?
a grub worm. You know what a grub worm is?
Oh, no. I've been killing those out by the rabbit pen. We'll just turn our YouTube off.
Minimum of 7 chews. I like how he's getting.
Who said that? No.
It's Blackberry. I like how he's getting explicit with like the details
You should have done that last
of
night.
the worm, like the how many chews. She said she doesn't have to swallow it, though. She's going to spit it out.
Glowing green night crawlers. Okay, that would be cool. I could do it in the dark, and you guys could like. Anyway, strong enough to bend. Good. I'm glad you guys are doing good. Thanks so much for coming in and hanging out with us. Yeah, Paula, they do. They do go randomly.
Yeah. Well, we hope that everybody though is making it through all this well. I know we're having a lot of fun around the farm, and Cassie's having a lot of fun coming up.
He's in Cleveland. He won't have to make it time for dinner.
If you can drive fast, the steaks are going on the grill. So, Cleveland, I don't know. That's probably like an hour and a half from here.
No, not Cleveland, Oklahoma. I think he's from Cleveland, the state.
Are you from Cleveland, Oklahoma?
Or not Cleveland, the state. Cleveland, the
Ohio?
Yeah. Hey, I caught myself. Also, I'm a PE teacher. I've told you guys that.
She's not real big on geography. That's okay.
So only us here know that I was going to do the gummy worm. So I'm probably still going to do that. So if you see it, don't get ticked off. Give me time. But I'm probably going to do like a sour worm. Be like, oh, I said I'd eat a worm. And I didn't tell you what kind. I love doing jokes and stuff like that. But I will for real eat an earthworm. But I got to pick on people.
Yeah. We'll see you, Blackberry Ridge. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye. Thank you, Blackberry.
We appreciate it.
Cleveland, Ohio. That's what I didn't think.
Yeah,
it was from
Cleveland,
There's
Ohio.
a Cleveland, Oklahoma.
There's a Cleveland, Oklahoma. It's like an hour and a half from here. So I was like, hey, maybe you could make it. French dressing.
Paula Wells could be here in a little over an hour.
Yep. French
So
dressing marinade. And there's a video coming too.
Who said that?
Somebody
Blackberry.
asked us last night.
Yep, Blackberry. We got our French dressing, even though you said that didn't sound very good. I promise you'll like it.
Follow worm, salad by real worm.
Bye, Elizabeth. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Oh, you're right, Paula. Sour worm followed by a dirt infested, yummy, nasty, real dirt worm crawler. Imagine that first bite. When you bite into it, it's gonna like wiggle its tail a little bit. You're
It's
like
gonna
moving
pop.
around.
It's going to pop.
It's disgusting.
If Ranger can do it, I can do it. He didn't swallow it, though. I don't know if I'm going to swallow it.
He spit it out.
Is saying you're going to eat an earthworm different than saying you're going to chew an earthworm?
Yeah, BA to here is less than an hour. Cassie uninvited everybody though, Annie Ann. I invited everybody over.
Bye, 4 Kids on a Farm. Love y'all. Thanks for coming by, and we will enjoy the steak.
Yeah, hope
Get
so.
some rabbits. Let's talk more about it. 4 Kids on a Farm on Instagram. Well, let's talk about it. We can get you some rabbits.
All right, last 2 minutes. Anything?
You already kicking us off of here?
Well, I gotta go cook the steaks. I'm getting hungry. I'm ready. Unless you want to stay on, I'll go cook
No.
them. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's about it. We're gonna put out this video, cooking the steaks probably tomorrow, since we already put a video out today. If you hadn't seen it, we put a video out today about Gary with the fruit trees. Thank you guys on your comments on that. We appreciate those. And so tomorrow, the next day, I'll put out the steak video. We try to do one every other day, but if we do 2 in a row, then we skip 2 days or whatever. Wiggling. Oh, don't talk about that. So anyway, we'll put this video out about the steaks. If you're from around here at all and you ever heard of Thomas Restaurant in Pryor, the Payne family,
Probably
Matt.
Adler.
What? Who? Okay, guys, stop talking about her. I'm not going to want to do it. But Matt at the Payne family is my cousin, and our uncle had Thomas's Restaurant in Pryor. So now it's got all different kinds of food. They have some really good street tacos. But when my uncle owned it, he had steaks, ribs, chicken,
He marinated.
gizzards, liver, like all the things. And amazing food. It was so good. And he marinated his steak and his chicken in French dressing. So that's what we've done ever since we've been together. I told Gary about it, and he's like, well, your uncle's steaks are amazing. So we did it, and we do it in our chicken. And people's always like, did you mean Italian dressing in your marinate your chicken? I'm like, no. And everybody that has tried it that I've told has messaged me on Instagram or wherever I've told them about it. And they're like, that was amazing. This is the only way we'll ever eat our chicken again. So marinate your chicken tenders, chicken breast in French dressing. You don't even have to put anything else on them. And then grill them. Life-changing. Steaks also. We don't put any dry rub or anything on our steaks. We marinate them in French dressing in the fridge. And then we grill them. Best steak you'll ever have.
And if you need a steak sauce for your steak, just a FYI, you need to find a better steak. So
that's what Gary says.
That's my opinion.
I know,
She
Annie
eats
Ann, that
steaks.
you didn't. You were kidding, but
she eats steak sauce.
I can't. Like, if someone dares me to do something or even suggest, I got to do it. That's one of my weaknesses and one of my strengths. So is it a weakness or a strength that if someone dares you, you have to do it no matter what it is? I mean, I have my line I wouldn't pass. Like,
That's a weakness. Like, hey, go jump off that cliff.
I wouldn't. Well, I have jumped off a cliff. It was over water.
All right. Well,
French dressing is about the only one I like. Well, marinate your meat in it.
and Paul Wells said it's the cream part of the dressing that pulls remaining metals from the meat, so it makes it taste much better. There you go. There's some more reasoning.
My uncle was a genius. Strong enough to be in Homestead. Good night. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. And thanks so much for stopping by.
Yep. All right. Want to sign this off?
All right. Let's make sure we didn't. Good chat. Good talk. Stay safe. Bye. We'll see ya. Green night collars from Walmart. It's a done deal. I'll have to check into that. All right. So yeah, lots of you guys are needing to get ready for supper. We should probably go make sure our kids haven't eaten the entire candy bowl.
I need to get ready for supper. So you guys have a great, great evening. We hope that everybody stays healthy, stays well, and
know that I'm a jokester and I'm sarcastic. So remember that when I talk and when I comment on your stuff. I try not to comment sarcastic things because sometimes people don't get that. But I'm a very, very sarcastic person, and I like to joke, to have fun. So yeah, y'all stay safe. Stay home. As much as we want to go places, we are staying home because we need this to pass. My dad is a Vietnam veteran and has COPD. And so we have finally talked him into, he's been doing it now for a couple of weeks, but at first he wouldn't listen to us. He comes to our house every single day and sees the kids and all that. But for 2 weeks, he is not. And he is staying home and is staying away from people because he has finally got it through his head. It's here and it's happening. And if he gets it, it will be deadly. So we're doing our best to stay away, even though if we get it, we're probably going to be fine, but we don't want to spread it to others. So y'all do the same so this can pass and so we can go back to life as normal because I would really like my kids to go to school in August. Yeah. So you guys stay safe. Be blessed. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you on the next video.
bye.
Bye.
See y'all. All right.